is up, planner friends? It is that time where I am ready to refresh my CP Petite. Anybody that knows me knows this is my house planner. This is my baby. I love my CP Petite. It has a mix of a little bit of everything in it. It is not for one said purpose, but I am ready to take the vinyl cover off, and I am ready to go into the book cover that was just released about 2 weeks ago now, I believe. The Common Thread collection by Cloth and Paper. It is still available. I will have the website and my discount code linked in my description as well. And I have the cover, again, CP Petite. I already have it on the disc that I want to use. These discs are 1.5, and how gorgeous are they? Like, this marbling, the camera is actually doing it no justice. Like, how good these discs look. So I already snapped it on. I also have the new trio pack of page finders as well. I've got some stickers and some other things that I'm going to be adding. So I have all of this that I pulled. Am I going to add all of it? No, because some of it is like new packs of inserts that I just had kind of like mixed in. But I do have my items from the Common Thread collection. So there are a few things from this stack that I'm definitely going to be putting in. So I'm going to go ahead and take my vinyl off. Even though I love my CP Petite in the vinyl, I am going to go ahead and give my vinyl a break for a few. I want this nice color for summer and spring. So this is the highlighter of choice at the moment. And then that is the pen. So a lot of this I am keeping and a lot of it I am not. So I have the notes cover on here and I have the fluted dashboard. So I'm not keeping either of those. These planner discs that I was using before, they are 1.25. I am going to just leave everything on the disc that I am not taking off at the moment. I will do that at a later date. And I already had the deco that I wanted to put in there. So I'm going to just put this off to the side, zoom you guys in so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. I made this myself on Pinterest. I'm keeping it because I do like it. And I think that it looks good with this neutral cover. I think I am going to do the glossy cover over it. And this is like the one that's like kind of white, foggy looking one. I think I may put this right over top. And I might end up taking it off. I might not. Just depends. I feel like that still looks fine. So I need to put some more sticky notes on here so that I can make sure that this kind of sticks down. And I also have my container next to me with my page flags. So I am definitely going to use some to stick this down because I don't want it to fall out. And I might have to move this over a little more because again, I'm trying to put like some of the sticky on the picture and on there. And I think that looks cute. I think it's not going to fall out. I think I'm fine with this being here. This. We are going to put in my 2026 year at a glance. And I really like her, so she is definitely coming with me. Then next I have the holidays. And then I go into my monthly section. So I'm going to try to do a couple at a time. I do keep the months in here that has already passed as well, just because I like the way it looks with the tabs. But if it is too much, I will take it out. And I like the red writing tabs as well. So let me go ahead and pop all these in. If it becomes too much, then I will take those months that have passed out. But again, I'm going to bigger this, so I think it should be fine, because again, not only am I going to bigger this, I am also going to take out a few. I think there's like 2 sections that is probably not going to go in this planner. So I was super excited to get this cover, because I was already thinking of what covers I wanted to do for spring. And then we are at March. And these pictures, I kind of find them on Pinterest, remix them. If I don't like something that's on there, change up the images. And then I just print them in a 4x6. So I have a today tab, and I use that to mark what month, because in my CP Petite, I only use the monthly that is on 2 pages, because I'm not writing too much. This notebook is pretty much like my fun notebook. It is for me to track stationery releases, you know, any stationery events that I want to go to. That is kind of what the calendar is for, that is in my CP Petite. So it doesn't really have like an official, you know, use purpose that I need to like write a lot of information, because, you know, CP Petite is small and compact. So I try to keep what I need to put on the calendar, I try to keep it very minimal. So I'm just going to get all of these in here. And I have it up to June, which I think is perfectly fine. And then a new section that I wanted to include, I brought the yearly overview pages. So on the yearly page, I kind of use that to highlight when I am out of town. So I think I'm going to use like one of these page markers, and I want it to be a bottom tab. So I am going to use it upside down. Again, this is my notebook. I think I'm going to use this one because it matches this dashboard. So I think I'm going to go with this one, and I'm going to put it upside down because, again, I want this to be a bottom tab behind my calendar months. And again, I was already using it, so I'll just show you what it looks like for January. I pretty much write out like things that I might need to do that are going to be regarding travel. So I needed to like make sure I book my trips 2 weeks out, submit my expense reports as soon as I get home, renew my pre-check, renew my clear. I did not renew my pre-check in the first quarter. I actually just did it in March. So no, I actually just did it. Yeah, I just did it in March because I just did it when I was at the airport a few weeks ago. But I just highlight the days that I'm out of town, and then I write the days here, and then I will write like my expense report, and I'll kind of track on here how much the expense report payout that I should be looking for. So I already have April ready, where I'm getting ready to go out of town. So I need to go ahead and fill that in, highlight the days and things like that. So that is the purpose of that. But I wanted to be behind the monthlies in here because with my CP Petite, it does not leave the house. It is a notebook that I reach for on a daily because, again, I'm not only writing in here stationery stuff. I write stationery releases, stationery restocks. I write a lot of information in here. So I'm just going to pop this pocket in. Then I think I'm going to take, I don't know if I want to take this dashboard. I think I'm not going to take that dashboard. And I have a bunch of stuff here in front of me. I think I'm going to do this dashboard, which is the one that we got. I believe this was a February sub box. March sub box, I can't remember, but this was a sub box exclusive, and it has a little pocket here. It has a card in there, but I will probably definitely end up taking that out and putting a picture of myself there. So I'm going to put this one next. And then we are going to do, I believe, a notes tab. So behind my notes tab, I keep my happy hour inserts. So Cloth and Paper has happy hour every week, and I write down the things that I want to buy from the happy hour. I don't always write down every single item. I kind of really just write the items that I know that I'm interested in, or that I, wanted to see them showcase if it's like a new release or something like that. So that is what those inserts are for. And then within the notes section, I have a upcoming tab. So in the upcoming tab, this is where I track like releases and restocks. So not only do I track Cloth and Paper restocks, but I had this note in here from the items that I wanted from the Common Thread collection. I have this one. This is like still this is from Steel, so binders that I wanted to buy. This is some information on Jane's Agenda. This is some information on May Paper Co., who is getting ready to have a sale, a birthday sale. So I just wrote down like the things that I wanted to get if I did make a purchase. And then my next tab is going to be a top tab, and it's going to say Hobbies. So I have a Target 360 membership, and we get freebies. Every month we get a freebie. So I just write down what freebie I choose and then the value of that freebie. And then I also write down my mail clubs as well, like when I was charged and when I actually received it. I just need to go back in and fill in those received dates. And then this is just some grid paper. And then my next section is going to be my task section. And I'm going to use, again, I like the dashboards that I had. So I am going to roll with some of the dashboards that I had already. I'm just looking through everything else up here because I might want to use one of these Common Thread ones. I know I want to use that stuff. So I'm kind of trying to organize the things in front of me so that I can see everything that I might want to add. I know I've got some pockets that I want to add. I know I'm definitely going to put my stickers in, and I'm probably for sure going to use these last two bookmarks. So my next section, like I said, is this is the task section. So I have behind here like notes. This is like plain note paper that I write on if I randomly think of an idea that's actually like not a task per se and doesn't really have a home. It's kind of more like a list sometimes. Then I have a top tab for declutter. That is another section, and I'm using the declutter inserts that we got. I don't remember which sub box, but I'm pretty sure these are available on the website. I just was decluttering recently some planner supplies, and I only keep like a few sheets in each section. Then I have my routine section, which is going to be a side tab because this is its own category. And I have my routine inserts. So I love using this insert. I just started and I really like it because I work from home when I am not traveling, and I want to be able to combine like my work and home task all on one sheet to make sure that I'm actually doing the things and checking the things off. So if you need a routine insert, definitely check out the ones from Cloth and Paper. And another reason why I like to use that insert also is because I do not like to fill up my like my daily section with what I consider to be low-hanging fruit. So just putting on my daily everyday, like all of my routines would kind of have that paper very jumbly, which is what I don't want to do. So that is why I opted in for the routine inserts, because I don't write stuff like that in my Hobonichi planner, which is my everyday planner. So my next section is going to be goals. So I've got some goal inserts here. And I'm gonna see what other sections. I definitely want to do my reflection section, which is where I do my perfume talk. So it's where I rate all the perfumes and things that I get. So I'm gonna start from this side, and then I have this cute little dashboard that I found on Pinterest. And then the tag for that I'm using is gonna be reflection. Then I think that is it. So I want to put in, I definitely want to use these because I have been waiting for these to come back in stock. So I definitely want to use both of them. I already had like the double pocket one, but I did not have this one. So I'm going to just flip everything over to see how it is looking. And I am impressed. I love the look of this. I love a little chunky book. Not too big, but big enough. It is not heavy. It's perfectly fine. So I really want this to stay. So I may have to, I have some double-sided tape. So I may have to actually use some double-sided tape in there to make that stick. But let me see. And I love a bottom tab. So I love that I added the bottom tab to go into my yearlies, which is right behind my monthlies. So I think I already got a pocket there. I think I may do one. Because how many more sections is it? So I think I may do this one here. Because let me see. If I do it here. Yeah, I may do this one here, which is completely open at the top. And I'll probably even put some more stickers or some sort of deco card in there as well. Oh, this one is not. There we go. And then I think before reflections, I don't know, I might just do it in front of this bottom tab, this other one, and put 2 deco cards or something in there. But this is what it's looking like. I do also have this, which I was using to track social media to make sure like I post on a daily. So let me see where I want to put that, because I do have an entire social media journal. Well, not journal, but social media planner. But sometimes I need to look at something quick. And my CP Petite, like I said, is my house binder. So it's always on the sofa or it's always on my desk when I am working. And I want to be able to look at the items quickly. So I am going to get some double-sided tape to put there. So BRB. All right, so I did find some double-sided tape that I'm just going to stick on the back of the Post-its to make them pretty much stick down to the fabric, because I don't want to put it on the back of the card because I like to reuse them and I don't want to have any tape or any residue on them. So I'd rather just put it on the back of the page flags, which, you know, those can be moved. They can go in the trash. But I don't want to put it on a card because I do want to be able to reuse this deco card. So I think this ought to do it. So let me put it, because I want to make sure. There we go. So now it's not falling out. Now it's just there. So this is how we are looking. This does not have a pin loop. That is the only downside to this cover, is that it does not have a pin loop. So you would need to use your magnetic pin loop, and I will be using my green one, and I will just put it right on one of these tabs closest to the back. Act right. There we go. So this is what we are looking like. We are all refreshed and ready for spring. And I'm probably going to keep this covered through spring and summer. So I've got my top tabs in there with each section. And then I've got my side tabs with my sections as well. And I think that the red looks good with the disc and also with this cover. And then I have one little bottom tab as well, but I actually love this. I love that I went up a size in disc. I am a 1.25, 1.25 disc kind of girl. I never really get 1.5 because I feel like that is just so chunky. But with it being out of the vinyl, I do not mind the 1.5 cover. And I just cannot get over how gorgeous these discs are that I was able to find online. They are super pretty. I think that with this cover is super, super pretty. They go so well together. I'm trying to scoot this over. There we go. They go so well together. Like I said, I have a lot of sections in here. I will be doing another video that will be a flip through of all of my sections and talking about how this is my house notebook. Like I said, I use this almost on a daily. If I'm writing down a random task, a random thought, this is where it lands until it finds a home. And like I said, the calendar, I track stationery releases, cloth and paper, online events for other companies as well. So that is what my house planner is. And then also my newest section, which is the routines, which again, I have been loving using that. I used it last week for a few days while I was home and I really enjoyed it. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing, all of your comments, all of your likes. It definitely is appreciated. And as always, please make sure that you come back to check out more planner content. And I hope you guys have a great week. Until next time, see you later.